about moving house? You're probably looking for an estate agent. Well, the average agent's fee is around £3,000. Now think what you could do with that money lining your pocket instead of somebody else's. So, could you sell your own home? Well, with the help of property expert Simon Lambert, we'll show you how. So Simon, where do we start?
Well, before you even think about marketing your home, you need to do some very basic things, and that means having a proper tidy up. You don't want it to look too cold and sterile like a show home, but you don't want anybody getting any nasty surprises.
It's well worth asking someone you trust to give you an honest opinion on how your home looks. It's a chance to highlight and put right the things you probably don't even notice anymore. A chance to see what a buyer would see through their eyes.
So the house is all organised and spick and span, but I can imagine you would be generating quite a lot of paperwork.
You will generate quite a lot of paperwork. So one tip is to get organised from the start. Get yourself a good filing system.
And how do you know how much your property is worth?
The best way to gauge how much your house is worth is to get a couple of estate agents around to give you a valuation. There's no obligation to go with them, and ask them some questions about the local market, how well houses are selling, and then you can gauge what sort of asking price you should put yours in at.
Okay, and I'm sure they'll give you quite a few tips as well. Perhaps they might tell you that your kitchen is quite large for this style house, and surely they're good tips to be using when you market your home.
You should ask them to tell you what they see as the plus points, what they think will make the house sell, because then you can show your potential buyers that and highlight it to them.
Once you've decided on your asking price, it's time to let potential buyers know you're up for sale.
Well, marketing is the most important thing. There's no point selling your home if potential buyers don't know that they can buy it.
Yeah.
Most people start to look for property nowadays on the internet, so make sure you've got an internet presence. Look at what estate agents do and how they market properties. Try and create the best brochure that you can with photos, if you're going to use the internet, perhaps a video, a good floor plan. All these things that buyers expect to see when they go around a property.
Is there any way you can go to source a bit of help?
If you go with one of the small internet companies who can also get you onto the bigger property websites, and they'll also supply you with a for sale board and a program that will help you do your brochure and get a floor plan.
Any other tips? What else can you be doing?
You want to use all the estate agent's tricks, so an open house, viewings in the evening, when it's most convenient for any buyers to come round. But also think outside the box. Why not put your house up for sale on the company intranet? Put a notice in the newsagent's window. Get a little small ad in the newspaper, which doesn't cost much. If you're in a good catchment area, put the word around the school that your house is up for sale, because those houses are very, very much in demand.
If you're going to be your own estate agent, you'll also be taking on the viewings. So remember, first impressions count. And if you live alone, you might want to ask a friend to accompany you while you're showing people around your home.
Well, viewings are very important. You're the best person to show someone around your house. You know all about it. You know the improvements you've made, the improvements you've thought of making, which can be very important for a buyer. And also about the local neighbourhood and the neighbours. It's important to tell them all about these things, personalise it, so they can imagine living in your home. And if you think it's going to be difficult for you to do viewings, perhaps do a practice run on a friend as well.
And how about the ambience? What are you trying to create when people come round?
What you need to concentrate on is making your house look as good as it can. What you want to try and do is identify your two best rooms and then show them one of them near the beginning and then one of them at the end and send them away with a good impression of your home.
But you don't need to go to the extreme of tinkly classical music or anything like that.
Well, you want it to look natural, there's no need to go over the top, but a vase of flowers and a pot of coffee can make a world of difference.
And if a viewing results in an offer, you'll need to place your emotions to one side and put your business head on.
Negotiating is the hard part. Normally there'd be an estate agent to act as a buffer between you and the potential buyer, but you're going to have to talk money with them. Their first offer is probably going to be considerably below what you're expecting, so you need to try and get your potential buyer up, sell the plus points of your home and also play on the emotional attachment that they've built up. If they've made a sensible offer, they want to buy your house, convince them that they need it.
And if you decide to lower your asking price, come down in small steps and know what your final price is going to be. And don't forget to be flexible. There's no point in haggling over some £50 fitment you bought years ago.
Once you've got your price agreed between the buyer and yourself, then you hand it over to your solicitors, the legal work can be done, and hopefully you'll be exchanging and completing.
Brilliant, and then you can think about how you're going to spend all that money you've saved.
You can indeed.
Thanks for watching and see you next time on Sky Money and Property.